It's time for Wenatchee Panther Volleyball on the NCW Life Channel. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by the Walkabout Grill in Wenatchee and Leavenworth, Collins Fashions, Town Nissan, and Town Chrysler Jeep Dodge. Now let's go to the Wenatchee Panther Gymnasium for all the action with NCW Life Channel's Eric Granstrom and Leanne Branham.
Welcome to Eastmont High School. It's a matchup in Big Nine play in volleyball tonight here on the NCW Life Channel between the Eastmont Wildcats and the West Valley Rams. I'm Eric Granstrom, joined by Cleet Wise here on the broadcast tonight. Cleet, for those who aren't familiar with you, give us a little bit of your background.
Well, I actually was a baseball player at Gonzaga, and then my daughter decided to start playing volleyball 18 years ago and been doing it ever since. Just fell in love with the game.
You got roped into coaching at that point.
Yeah, it's a disease that I haven't found a cure for yet.
Well, and Cleet's very involved with the Wenatchee Valley Volleyball Club here in the Wenatchee Valley. You've been a coach for the 14U team for a while now.
Yep, I've done pretty much all the age groups, 12s, 14s, all the way up to 18s. You know, my niche is kind of the 14s, the younger girls, which is, for whatever reason, I've been given the ability to communicate with young ladies, so it works out well.
Well, which is great because he knows a lot of the Eastmont players we're going to be seeing here tonight. For Coach Dana Pruitt, they're off to a 1-on-1 start in Big Nine play. Of course, West Valley we had here not too long ago against Wenatchee. Very tough. They've won, 25, 26 consecutive league games. They've got 6'5" up front. They've got 6 foot plus up front. That's very tough for Eastmont to battle against.
Oh, it sure is. I tell you, Eastmont really they have to get their game on as far as being able to block a little bit, normally more than they normally do, but their passing is going to be the big thing. Serving and passing, if they can get those things done, they'll have a chance.
Well, that's why we roll the ball out there, because on any given night, anything could happen.
Yeah, absolutely, and these guys are scrappy. A lot of these girls for Eastmont have been playing for a few years. They've got a lot of varsity experience, so this is not the first, not the first rodeo. So they got a chance to get out there and strap it on and go.
Well, and for Eastmont, they got off to a little bit of a slow start last year, and they made a run at the end of it and got themselves to the state tournament. We're going to talk to Coach Dana Pruitt about the offseason and in preparations for West Valley tonight as we continue with the pregame show. Coming up next, it's Eastmont and West Valley tonight here on the NCW Life Channel. We'll be right back. Our pregame show continues here prior to this matchup between Eastmont and West Valley. Now talking with head coach for the Eastmont Wildcats, Dana Pruitt. And by the way, our pregame show Coach Talk is brought to you by TC Slingers. Rock, bark, sand, soil, they'll place the material for you. All right. You like that?
I've used them before. They're great.
They are great. So we appreciate their sponsorship. Well, Dana, let's talk about early season. You got a big, tough match tonight.
Yes. West Valley has always been very competitive. They bring a different level to the game, which is always fun to play against. Hopefully we'll be ready to just compete as hard as we possibly can and, have a good match. We know that they're strong on their middle. Their 1-6-3 middle is fabulous to watch. And their outsides really developed, I think, over the last couple of years. But I think our outsides, and we've got a young middle ourselves that's really stepping up and making some of those sacrifice and hits that, it's just great to see them grow. So.
Let's talk about the offseason. You guys had that amazing trip in the postseason last year and first time for the program and all of that.
Yeah.
So how do you build on that? Because I know you lost some pieces there too.
Yeah, we lost 2 seniors at our middles. So, but I think the 2 middles that we've got playing for us right now have really stepped up. And they're bringing a little bit of a new flavor to the game, which is fun. We still have a little bit of little things. I think we're working on the finite things more than the big things. We know we could hit, we know we could pass, we know we can serve. It's just putting it all together and making it so that it finishes the game.
Well, and you were gone last week because you had work stuff going on,
Yes.
so you finally get a chance to coach today.
Yes. Yeah, it was really hard to spend my first opening game away. Several text messages, finally had to just put my phone away and say, I can't handle it, can't do anything for them. But, I think they learned from it. They learned the value of each other, which is, to me, huge. So, yeah.
Well, best of luck tonight. Keep everybody healthy.
Thank you. Let's stay healthy.
Yeah, no kidding. Dana Pruitt joining us here on the pregame show brought to you by TC Slingers. We'll come back with your lineups and get you ready for Bump Set Spike Volleyball coming up next on the NCW Life Channel. Welcome back once again here to Eastmont High School, along with Cleet Wise, Eric Granstrom with you as we get ready for the starting lineups here as the teams continue to warm up for this one between Eastmont coming in with a record of 1-1 in Big Nine play, 1-2 overall. West Valley Rams at 3-0 in Big Nine play, 4-0 on the season. Let's take a look at the visitors first, as announced by their head coach, Katie Hinckley. She's assisted by Jamie Raffour, Haley Hubrick, Gabby Perez, and Jen Rosie. Getting the start here tonight, the libero is going to be Avery Heinley, a 5'8 junior. Sydney Remsburg, a 5-foot junior. By the way, we had her in the matchup between Wenatchee and West Valley, and I kept postulating that Remsburg's a pretty popular name here. We had some Eastmont kids that had the Remsburg, and I said, that's got to be a relation. Sure enough, it is one of their daughters.
Which one? Do you remember?
It was Larry
Remsburg.
I want to say.
Wow.
I want to say, yeah. So, small world.
Yes, it is.
But
I figured the same thing when I was watching last week. Going, it's got to be a Remsburg from here.
Well, and looking at her face, too, I was like, nah, it's got to be a Remsburg. So, sure enough, Sydney Remsburg, a 5-foot junior, getting the start here for Coach Hinckley. Also starters Peyton Jones, a 5'10 junior. Shay Rubright, a 6'5 junior. And this gal is a junior, already a verbal commitment to go Division I, right, Coach?
Yeah, last week I was speaking to somebody at the Wenatchee match, just asking where she was going, and they said right now she's committed to Minnesota.
Wow,
Minnesota.
6'5", and she can also jump through the ceiling, and it's going to be fun to watch her tonight. Also getting the start here for Coach Hinckley, it's Mary Teskey, a 5'10 sophomore. Boy, she was a serving wonder against Wenatchee here a couple of weeks ago. Alyssa Smith, a 6-foot junior, and Addison Burns is a 5'8 junior. Addison Burns also had a good game against Wenatchee here when we had that one on the broadcast. Meanwhile, for the Eastmont Lady Cats, as announced by their head coach, Dana Pruitt. She's assisted by Erin Cornell, Corinne Nelson, and Leon Grant. Getting the start here, Shane Stanaway, a 5'8 senior. Rebecca Hall, a 5'7 senior. Maddie Sackman, a 5'9 senior. And Maddie Sackman back from that squad last year that helped them get to the state tournament. Boy, she is a key cog in there, isn't she?
She sure is. When she is on, it is lights out. It's fun to watch her play.
Carmen Lang getting the start as well, a 5'8 senior. Alondra Mendez, a 5'8 senior. So you see a lot of seniors in that lineup here for Coach Pruitt. And Kobe Voshall, a 5'5 junior. That's the libero for Coach Pruitt. And right away you look at that size differential, Coach, and you look at the lineup here for West Valley at 6'5 and 6 foot and 5'10. How do you match up against that?
You just got to be fast. You know, that's one thing about volleyball. Height is one thing, but if you can be athletic and be fast, you can sure play a lot of great defense. And that's what Wenatchee did well the other night, is they matched up defensively.
Well, and that's what we saw. You know, it looked like, okay, it's going to be a blowout here. They kind of walked through the first two games, and Wenatchee looked like they had their dauber down a little bit. But then suddenly, Wenatchee gets a little confidence in that third game. They beat them. They win the fourth game. It goes to a fifth, and you know, at that point, you toss a coin.
Absolutely. You know, that was a great thing about that match was, you know, it looked dire for Wenatchee, and all of a sudden they get on a run and they start playing. They get a little confidence, and boy, Allie Hallberg came back and she really tore it up. We've been waiting for 3 years to see that fire in her eyes in volleyball. You know, she's a great basketball player. Man, she brought it the last weekend.
So Shay Rubright with the 6'5", and when she's on that front line and just seems impenetrable. Wenatchee was able to figure that out a little bit, though. Yep. From your perspective as a coach, what did they do differently from the first two games to the next two games to really have a little more success against her? I did see that Wenatchee was able to put 2 on the front to try to block some of those kills by her.
Yep, they did a good job of being able to, I guess, figure out where she's going to be and be there ahead of her, you know, and that was one thing that they did well. You know, she did actually make quite a few mistakes in those last two, or the third and fourth set too, which helped Wenatchee as well. So hopefully she'll have that same kind of off night tonight against the Wildcats.
Well, and you know, you're looking at a situation with well, you deal with the 14-year-olds. Now we got 15, 16, 17-year-olds and girls. You know, it's an emotional world that they live in to begin with, and then throw them out on a volleyball floor. Literally, it can change 2 serves, and the whole world can change for them.
That's the great thing about volleyball. That, you know, once I started coaching and figuring out volleyball is such an amazing game in that the tide can change like that. You can, like you watched on against Wenatchee, they were just killing them, and next thing you know, it's a 5-setter. You know, the momentum can change in a heartbeat. Get on a run, and boy, it's great to watch.
Well, it's been 25 consecutive now that West Valley has won in Big Nine, in Columbia Basin Big Nine play. And you look at the last, 10 years, 10 state tournaments, they've been in 7 of the 10. They've got 2 state championships. They've got 3 thirds. They've gone anywhere from 2A to 3A to 4A now. How do you, in the world, they restock the shelves, it seems, not just rebuild.
Yeah, that's the thing about West Valley. You spoke about it. They won the 2A, and then they started everybody started moving out to the valley down Yakima, and then they went 3A, and they won that. You get a lot of the good kids come out to play, and they're ready to go, and you got a lot of good kids, but you also have a great coaching staff.
Yeah.
And and if they're not coaching in the club in the winter, that obviously they can't with the rules, but they're coaching somebody, and they've got them playing for somebody else. They're not just sitting around waiting for the next August to start up. They're ready to go.
Right. We've got West Valley to our right as we look at it here, and we've got both teams kind of wearing white jerseys. We were kind of laughing about that last week with Wenatchee and West Valley. Do they have a different color? Maybe not. So they're wearing white with red. Eastmont has the white with the red and the Columbia blue. Got to get that right blue color out there.
Blue.
That's right. So the announcements of the lineups being here at Eastmont High School. Our officials, by the way, for this contest. We've got Mark Colander and Courtney Taylor, your officials for this Big Nine matchup. It is West Valley, it's Eastmont. We're going to take a 2-minute break and come back and have action for you next. It's volleyball tonight here on the NCW Life Channel. We'll be right back. Welcome back once again to Eastmont High School as we're ready for action here between the Eastmont Wildcats and the West Valley Rams. By the way, our starting lineups brought to you by Arctic Refrigeration and Heating Incorporated for residential and commercial heating and air conditioning. Our broadcast brought to you by Walkabout Grill in Wenatchee and Leavenworth. Take a walk on the wild side. Town Nissan, your local East Wenatchee Nissan dealer where honesty and transparency come first. Collins Fashions in downtown Wenatchee, real clothes for real women. And Town Chrysler Jeep Dodge, your Town Chrysler family store where people get nice surprises. Along with Cleet, Eric, we're ready for volleyball tonight here between West Valley. Always tough and has been, it seems, forever. Yep. Eastmont cut their teeth in state tournament action. I know you coach a lot of girls that go to Wenatchee, but you had to be kind of proud to see Eastmont make it to the state tournament last year.
That was one of those things that last year with my wife and I, we didn't have anybody in the game, so we were able to root for both teams. It was great to see Eastmont get that first berth at state, and they went over and they played all right.
Yeah.
It's a scary thing when you first show up, but they did all right.
Yeah, Dana's got to be very happy about how that went, and obviously hoping for a return trip this year. As we look at the lineups out here for the Eastmont Lady Cats, Britt Vaughn is out there as well on the floor. We didn't get her as a starter, but she's out there in the starting rotation here. Rebecca Hall on the back line, along with Carmen Lang. Now up front for the Lady Cats is Maddie Sackman in the middle. On the left side, it's Alondra Mendez, and here on the near side, it is Shane Stanaway. Stanaway on the roster has 0, but tonight she's got number 7 on. Also, the libero comes in, Colby Voschel for Eastmont. Am I getting that pronunciation right?
You're darn close. Okay. I've heard 2 or 3 different ways. Her mother told me it sounds like hotel.
Okay, so Voschel.
Yep.
All right, there we go.
Colby's a good softball player, too. She does a lot of the select softball, though, so she's a triple threat for her.
Okay. As we get it all straight here, got to make sure everybody's in the right spot. They give that to the officials, don't they, as far as kind of your lineup and who's supposed to be where?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
They give them 6 spots, and they have lined up 1 through 6 around the court there, and hopefully everybody's in the right place.
Okay, and it's a matter. Do they Rochambeau? Is a coin toss? What do they do?
It's a coin toss. Okay. For serve, and then whoever wins the serve gets to choose either serve or side, and most time they choose serve, and then the other side gets to choose the side they're on.
So it is West Valley on the serve, and it's Avery Heinley. And here we go with volleyball tonight on the NCW Life Channel. And right away, a point for West Valley. Dive up front for Stanaway, just couldn't get it. And shake the nerves out here. Heinley on the serve again. Back line it goes. Up to the front, and they got to get it over. They do. Nice job by Voschel getting over there. Then a wicked hit at the line, but they're going to say Eastmont was in the net on the kill at the net by Rubright. And well, Shea likes to get herself involved very early in these games.
Yeah, that happens a lot early. You know, you want to get that block and you end up in the net, and Londra's a little bit too anxious.
Eastmont barely getting over the net there was Voschel. Nice tap at the net for Sackman. Near side it comes, and a kill attempt that goes off the fingers out of bounds. Nice attempt at the block off the hit by Alyssa Smith up front. It'll be a West Valley ball up top, 3-0. On the service again, it's Heinley. She'll go far side. Good eyeballs over there for Eastmont to let that one go out of bounds. And a substitution here for the Wildcats as Carmen Lang will come back in, and she'll replace Alex Bassett. And a service to Eastmont and to Stanaway. Good serve. And a kill, and too deep. That's something we saw here against Wenatchee with Rubright, especially in that third and fourth game. You talked about kind of unforced errors.
Wenatchee was sure glad that was happening. They got themselves back in it.
Yeah,
and
they
very
did.
Competitive.
Here's Rubright again. This time she had the angle, and not much you can do with that right there.
I guess you could put somebody on the ladder at practice and just have them hit straight down. There's not much you can do about that one.
Exactly. So now the service to West Valley, and Mary Teskey, who proved to be a very good server for the Rams here in the game earlier. Another block at the net, and there's that wall, and it's going to be too many touches for Eastmont. Another point. Eastmont did a pretty good job of getting two bodies over there in front of Rubright, but that angle is just tough to deal with.
Well, that's what you look at when you're playing volleyball. You want to hit over the top of the block, and for her, it's not a problem.
Teskey, boy, that is such a tough service
to
bring back. Just barely clearing the net. Back there on the backside for Eastmont was Rebecca Hall, and she did good just to get a hand on it. 6-2, West Valley on top. Good return this time for Eastmont. At the net, little dig shot. Trying to find a hole in the pond, but West Valley responds. They get it back over. And a little bit too far on the set there for Sackman. Tried to go up awkwardly with the left hand. Couldn't quite get enough of it.
Sometimes when the setter gets pulled out there, the lead rats come in, make a set on there, and just a little bit too long.
Teskey with the service. She goes far side with it. Eastmont up to the task right here as they get it over. It goes deep off of Lang. Now up front, and too long by Smith. Alyssa Smith. A little bit too hard on the hit there on the kill attempt, and Eastmont lets it sail out of bounds. 7-3 Eastmont with the service, and it's Maddie Sackman. Sackman, good jump serve. There's a set at the net. Smith again with that attempt, and it's out.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, volleyball's a funny thing. It looks like in the backyard it's so easy to hit the ball, but timing is everything. And that Alyssa is having a tough time getting her timing right now, but I'm sure she'll get it back.
Sackman a little too deep on that one. She moved over to her left on that serve. She was on the right to begin with on the first serve, but this one sails a little long. A little extra adrenaline here tonight against all the girls know this team's tough.
Oh, yes.
So here's the service by Smith. Tough one, that knuckleball serve. Set up over there. Nice kill attempt by Hall, but West Valley with the challenge. Now Smith, that may have been outside the line, but Eastmont chasing after it. If it's close, you got to try to go for it.
Yeah, I'd rather have them guess and be wrong and play it than guess wrong and lose the point.
9-4, West Valley on top. Rams serve, and again, it is Alyssa Smith. Nice return by Eastmont. Now set up for Sackman. That was a nice back set there. Remsburg and an attempt here near side. Addison Burns kind of off balance, out of shape there.
Well, the game has sure changed. 10 years ago it was come out and hit it hard as you can. Now you got the girls can hit it hard, but they can also do the roll shots and the tips, and it's the game has sure gotten a lot different.
Alondra Mendez on the service here for Eastmont. Boy, that's a tough serve. Back to the back line, just bringing it across is Rubright. Eastmont with the set at the net. Nice return. Britt Vaughn had that kill attempt. This one is deep, but there's Sackman. What a volley back and forth here. Here's Rubright again with the stuff at the net. Eastmont with a point. Britt Vaughn there on the front line.
Not quite how you teach the block, but it'll work. Kind of crawled right back over the top, right in front of her.
Sometimes it's nice to have those happy accidents. Again, the service, Mendez. Eastmont trailing 9-6. Good serve again.
Oh, boy.
My goodness. What do you do with that?
Great float serve.
They'll try to get it over. Will Burns. She does. Eastmont Vaughn with the set. Now the kill. It's in! Beautiful shots by Carmen Lang.
Nice job, Carmen.
How do you not, with especially, you know, I coach girls, it's impossible to get them to not get too high and not get too low.
You know, that's the one thing about volleyball. If you can get them to stay nice and focused, you know, stay that even keel, get excited when you're doing well, but don't get too low because, man, they can go bad fast.
Well, Addison Burns again a little too long here.
A lot of hitting errors for West Valley.
Yeah.
Not boding well for them so far.
Well, Eastmont trying to hold serve here on the home court tonight, and a good crowd on hand here at Eastmont High School. The service. Boy, that's tough, and it goes out. That was a good eye that time.
Yep.
Probably all three of those may have been out, but
quite possibly. You know, that's a nice thing about that hard float. A lot of times you just die on it, so you got to really play it.
So here comes Rubright, 6'5" with the service, and she can serve too. It's just not fair.
No. Everything's downhill.
It is. It's like old Randy Johnson, the big unit on the mound.
Very good analogy.
Yep. There's Remsburg with the set. She goes back side to it. Eastmont chasing. They're not going to get it. It's kind of an interesting set there. I don't know if she meant to go back line to it, but right there was Mary Teskey to bring it back over the line, over the net. So 11-8, West Valley on top. Again, Rubright with the service. Back line it comes. Sackman returning it. Vaughn with the nice kill attempt at the net and give a point to Eastmont. Britt Vaughn.
Great swing.
The sophomore bringing the game here tonight.
Well, you know, she's last year she played a little bit in the C team, a little bit JV, and she's really come a long ways. Played club for Holly Gale, a former Eastmont High School player this year on our 16 goal, and she is really starting to bring it. Fun to watch her. Very athletic.
Alex Bassett on the service here for Eastmont. Remsburg on a set. Jones blocked at the net. Point to Eastmont. We saw Jones against Wenatchee. Boy, she's got some hops too.
Yes, she does.
But a great job of setting that wall up front by Eastmont. Again, Bassett on the service. Remsburg on the set. Libero with the hit. The far side it goes.
Rebecca Hall.
Nice job, Rebecca. And point for Eastmont.
Yeah.
Seems like West Valley's kind of out of their rotation here a little bit.
That's
and a timeout going to be taken by the Rams here. We'll take a 60-second break and come back. You are watching Eastmont in West Valley. We're knotted at 11 on the NCW Life Channel. We're back right after this. Welcome back after the timeout by West Valley. All tied at 11. Alex Bassett on the service. Good service again. Remsburg on the set. Jones on the kill attempt. Eastmont. Oh, too bad. They had a nice deflection at the net, but then kind of a miss hit.
That's one of those communication errors that drives the coach bananas. With an easy ball to play, and two of them just kind of run into each other.
So it's Remsburg on the service here for West Valley, as they claim a 1-point lead, 12-11. Far side, nice eye by Maddie Sackman over there. Lets it go out of bounds. Point Eastmont.
Well, Wildcats are really happy about those unforced errors. Wow, lots of them.
Service for the Wildcats by Rebecca Hall. Oh, tough service, but they get it up. Near side, Burns. Eastmont keep it alive. They get it over.
Nice.
Holy cow. Near side, Burns again. Somebody touched the net, no call.
Yeah.
Now it's Sackman with a little dink. Remsburg set. Oh, found a hole in the pond. Eastmont. Oh, almost got it over.
Oh, fun to watch those kind of rallies.
Boy, that is good eyes by Remsburg out there to see that hole develop. 13-12. What a volley.
Wow.
Burns on the service. Tipped the net. Stays alive. Set. And a block at the net. Eastmont trying to keep it alive to get it over. Now they got to get their bodies reset. Jones, block at the net. This one's going to go out of bounds and a point to West Valley.
Well, that's what Eastmont's going to have to do, just be scrappy and stay in it. Play defense.
Scrambling effort so far by the Wildcats, trailing it by 2 here in this first game. 14-12. Again, it is Addison Burns on the service for West Valley. Tough service is bring it right back. Remsburg set. Jones with the kill, and it's too long.
Another error.
Is that just hand placement where you hit the ball with your hand?
Yeah, a lot of times if you hit the ball too far behind you, the ball will sail on you. And it's kind of like throwing a baseball. You got to get that ball out front. And if you don't, Bad things happen.
Well, there haven't been too many unforced errors by Eastmont in this game, but that's one of the few on the service by Voschel. So it's over to West Valley. Avery Heinley on the service.
Ooh, nice serve.
Got it back over. Remsburg set. And a block at the net. Skies high. And it's touched by Eastmont. Falls down. West Valley keeps it open. Eastmont recovers. Little touch. And a good, they're going to call a lift. I think they called that on Mendez, much to the chagrin of the Eastmont fans here.
Dana not happy.
Service again by Heinley. Back line it goes. Now Sackman with the kill.
Put it away, Sackman. Had a girl.
Well, they talk in baseball, all these stats now about launch velocity. I'd like to see the launch velocity on that hit there.
Oh, I remember watching her last year in club playing for Chan Espros, who's helping at the college. And he had him working on getting that arm speed and getting that good some zip on it. She sure got it.
Stand away with the service. West Valley responds. Touch. Burns. Remsburg. Rubright. And goodness.
Get your hands up, Becca.
Oh, man, that life flashed before my eyes if I was out
Your
there.
parents paid a lot of money for those braces.
Mary Teskey now on the service, up by 3 are the Rams. Off the back line, kind of a miss hit, but Eastmont keeps it alive. Sackman gets it over. Now the set by Remsburg. Rubright.
Good touch.
Nice job at the nets. Eastmont, Sackman again. Deflection and out of bounds. Point to the Wildcats.
Very nice. You know, that's the great thing about Sackman. She puts the ball in play and she can hit the ball off a block and get the same point.
And Sackman, who got the points with the service. Backline this time to Burns. Boy, that's tough.
Nice back row attack.
So that's a different kind of a approach to serve it back to your back line.
Yeah, well, if you have somebody back there, case in point is Allie Hallberg. You know, they like to give her the ball in the back row because she can put it away from back there. And you got a girl who's got that great timing back row. It's tough because it's pretty tough to block it. You don't know where they're going to go with it.
Alyssa Smith on the service. They're going to say double hit by Eastmont on the bump, I guess. 19-15. West Valley trying to extend to its largest lead here. That was almost double hit again. And a little touch. West Valley keeps it alive. Burns at the net. Partial block.
Nice block.
Eastmont with it. Sackman up front. Stand away. In. Beauty.
Nice. Becca Hall.
Was that Hall?
That was Becca
sorry.
Hall.
Rebecca Hall. Couldn't tell if it was a 7 or a 1.
Yep.
Rebecca with the kill for Eastmont. 19-16, and back in to serve is Alondra Mendez.
Come on, Alondra. Good serve here.
Ooh, close. Close.
Almost crawled over.
Matter of a half an inch higher would have crawled over there. Jones comes back into the lineup here for West Valley as the service is to Rubright. 20-16, West Valley on top. Good job back there by Becca Hall. Now she'll get the kill. Oh, out. Good idea to come near side. There was a hole over here. She just could not get it in.
Yep, try to find. Unfortunately, the 6'4" girls are the ones you're going to try to find the back row when you're hitting at them.
Rubright again on the service. 21-16, West Valley. Clears barely. Set up front. Bassett, and boy, Jones is tough up there. She can certainly get up, and that time just a rejection at the net. And we're going to get a timeout taken by Dana Pruitt for Eastmont, trailing it by 6 here. It's a good timeout. We'll take a 30-second break on the broadcast and come back. You're watching Eastmont Volleyball tonight here on the NCW Life Channel. 22-16, West Valley on top. We're back after this. Our broadcast brought to you in part by First Choice Collision Center, Heritage Memorial Chapel, and Wenatchee Racket and Athletic Club. 22-16 after the Eastmont timeout. Again, Rubright on the service for West Valley. They let it go, and I didn't see the flag. Out.
Called it out.
It is.
West Valley wasn't real fond of that call.
Alex Bassett coming into the lineup here for Eastmont. She will have the service, trailing by 5. Oh, good serve. Tough return,
Nice
Remsburg,
save.
and they get it alive. Keep it over the net. Now set up front. Nice try by Rebecca Hall. Here comes Burns. That was deep. Eastmont. Oh, falling down, trying to get back there was Sackman. Just couldn't get enough of it. 23-17 West Valley.
Tell you what, Sydney, she sure does a great job of getting a lot of balls. She gets there and and puts it up, gets it somewhere so they can hit it. That's the hard thing as a setter, although it's tough on the balls that don't get very close, is getting something they can do something with.
Remsburg on the service now with the bump, and here's the kill attempt. Nice block at the line again by Eastmont as Britt Vaughn and Shane Stanaway provide the wall. Point to Eastmont. Wildcats staying alive here, trailing it by 7, but this, or by 5, that is, 23-18. They had the scoreboard switch there for a moment. Remsburg now to Burns, little soft touch, found the hole in the pond. Now it's 24-18.
A little changeup, just like in softball. Oh, tough to play.
So West Valley thought that was it because they did have 24 on the board a moment ago before that point, before that service. But I think they gave the point to the wrong side there for a moment.
I agree.
So I think we have that all figured out now. And here comes service by Burns for the game. And that will be the game, as West Valley wins the opener 25-18 over Eastmont. We will take a break and come back. 1 minute timeout here on the broadcast as we get ready for game 2 between the Rams and the Wildcats. We're back right after this on the NCW Life Channel. Welcome back once again here to the NCW Life Channel and Eastmont High School, where the Wildcats dropped the opener to West Valley by a score of 25-18. Our start here, by the way, of the broadcast brought to you by TC Slingers. No more need for wheelbarrows, shovels, or rakes. They place the material for you. That's TC Slingers. Along with Cleat Wise, Eric Granstrom. Well, Coach, I guess now it's what kind of answer does the Wildcats have for the Rams after dropping the first one?
Well, the thing is, don't get nervous and don't get down. They just got to come out and keep playing. They did a pretty good job of blocking. West Valley made a few errors on their side, but Eastmont's been playing all right. I know that one of their setters, Emma Dahman's not in there, and that's kind of that's one of those things you got to get used to a new setter. But so far they've done pretty well. Serving and passing, that's the big thing. We'll see if they can hang in there and get set 2 back.
Yeah, the latter stages of that, Eastmont kind of got out of sorts a little bit on some balls that they handled earlier in the game, but just some mishits.
I think one of the big keys for Eastmont is Britt Vaughn. If she can come out there and really play and have that confidence, I think they'll be good, because you've already got Becca Hall and Maddie Sackman to come out there and put it away. Now you need that 3rd and 4th person, and that'll be helpful.
Britt Vaughn replaced in the lineup here by Kobe Volschel. As we get ready for action, Eastmont will have the service, and it will be Shane Stanaway, one of the seniors on this club this year, getting the serve to start it out here in game 2 after West Valley won the opener 25-18.
Nice
Good
serve.
service. Keep it alive. Up front it goes for Eastmont. Sackman tried to go to the back line, a little bit too deep though. And a point to West Valley. Remsburg did a good job just to keep that ball alive for West Valley on that service.
Well, that sure is helpful. Have a setter can do that.
Yeah.
We call that bettering the ball in volleyball.
Sackman got it across for Eastmont, and back line it goes, and kind of coming backwards for Eastmont was Kobe Volschel. And Leanne talked about that here last game that we did with Wenatchee and West Valley, is you want to be going forward, not backwards.
Absolutely. Right? If you start going backwards, those tips are going to eat you alive. Yeah. So hopefully they're going to be right on their toes and ready to go.
Teskey with the service. Good eye here near side by Eastmont's Rebecca Hall. Point to the Wildcats. 2-1 our score, and Maddie Sackman now on the serve for Eastmont.
Come on, Sackman. Nice float.
Dead ball serve there for Sackman. Remsburg, backside it goes off of Teskey. Eastmont, ooh, that's a tough set there, but it works out nicely.
Job.
Nice job with the left hand by Rebecca Hall.
Great job of not giving up on that. That was easy to give it to the big girl, but she came in there and put it away.
Again, Sackman on the service. Back line it goes to the libero. Now to Remsburg. Now the block at the net off the shot by Burns. Eastmont keeps it alive. Now Hall. Remsburg over to Smith. Nice job by Eastmont, keeping it alive. Good volley here.
Nice.
Beautiful hit at the net by by Carmen Lang, and a point to the Wildcats.
Carmen coming from the right side, that opposite hitter.
3-2, Eastmont by 1. Oh, tough serve. Close for Sackman, just a little too deep. That makes you shake in the knees as a coach to see your girl let that go. Smith on the service now for West Valley, all tied up at 3. Game 2. First of 3 wins. Again, kind of flat-footed. I thought maybe it touched a hand at the net, but the officials say no. It's out, too deep off the hit there by Carmen Lang. So 4-3, West Valley on top. Again, Smith on the service. Oh boy, those are so tough, those knuckleballs. Near side it comes. Block at the net. Nice job, coach.
You had one first set, I'll take one this set.
Bump that next time?
Yeah, that'd be 4 touches, and that's illegal.
Yeah, that's I suppose.
Hey, Dana's back. Good.
We, before the game tonight, I went up to Coach Dana Pruitt for Eastmont, and I said, hey, we'd like to do an interview with you. A little bit too deep here on the service by Alondra Mendez. So it goes out of bounds, and it's now 5-4 West Valley on top. And she says, I'm not feeling so good. So you might see me disappear periodically during the game tonight. A little touch of, she said she hopes it's food poisoning.
Yeah.
We hope that for her as well and the rest of her team. Service in on the net, and another one of those rare unforced errors here for West Valley.
Yes.
And
for her, they don't see many.
No, Eastmont will say thank you very much and drift back for the service here by Alex Bassett. Good service by Bassett. I don't know what you do with that. They keep it alive. Bassett hits. Now Vaughn at the net. And Remsburg trying to find a hole in the pond, but a nice job by Eastmont keeping it alive. Now the ball nearly hit the ceiling here. They do get it over.
Good spot,
Alex. Nice job to get it to the back line. Remsburg now to Burns, too deep. Point to the Wildcats.
Take the lead.
Back and forth we go.
Yeah.
Alex Bassett again on the service for Eastmont, leading it 6-5. Deep, but they return it. Burns, boy, there's a big hole over here, but Eastmont covers.
Oh,
nice shot at the line by Rebecca Hall.
Great swing, Becca.
She started that from down around her heel, it looked like. All about timing. Alex Bassett again on the service. Eastmont with a 2-point lead. A touch at the net by Burns, and it's out by about the diameter of a quarter. It was out. Remsburg again on the set, and beautiful cross court by Jones that time.
Nice hard angle.
Yeah, I noticed that hole last time for Eastmont, and Jones evidently saw it as well.
Yep.
8-6. Eastmont by 2. Remsburg on the serve here for West Valley. Stopped it right there by Vaughn. Little touch by Vaughn. She did a good job also not going under the net. Now the hits by Burns. Eastmont doing a good job keeping it alive. They got to get it over here. Sackman back line. It's out.
All right.
8-7.
Side out Wildcats. Here we go.
Remsburg service. Near side. Sackman to her knees. Backside set, and a block at the net again. Jones over there with Burns on a kill attempt for Eastmont up front by Stanaway. Hit the brick wall of the Rams, and we're tied at 8.
This is a game of runs.
Remsburg deep serve. Nice job for Eastmont to get that back again. And that's an interesting hit, Coach, at the line for Britt Vaughn.
Little change of pace, just a little roll shot. And that's one of those things in the last 4 or 5 years that really gotten brought the game along. They started at the Olympic level. They do a lot more roll shots and those little tips. And Well, that's a tough spot. You find that open hole, and that's what you got to do.
Service by Hall. Boy, what a good serve. Eastmont right at the net. And, West Valley keeps it alive. They're out of sorts. Somebody's into the net. Point to the Wildcats. Lift.
Yep. Kind of rolling it up your arms and popping it up there.
Again, Hall on the service. Good serve. To the front line it comes. Jones, rifle shot. She hit that with her left hand?
No, that was the right hand. She's got way outside. That's a really hard ball to hit, that hard angle. But, man, if you can get that, that's where a lot of balls are put away.
It is 10-9, West Valley by 1. Burns on the serve here for the Rams. Got to get it over. That just looked kind of awkward from the initial return.
Having to go backwards doesn't cut it. You got to have it coming forward.
Yep. So again, Addison Burns on the service as we're tied once again. This is our third tie in this one. Tipped at the net. They got to just get it back in control here. Sackman gets it over. Now Remsburg with the set. Jones, it's in. Oh my.
That was
so close. Well, 2 points in a row by Jones. Going from her right to the Eastmont defensive left, finding a hole there. West Valley back on top.
She sure likes to put a little bit of ball to the right. Got a cut shot or that little hard angle.
Now Eastmont, and again the ball on the stop at the line there at the net. Going backwards for Eastmont, and they trail it by 2.
Well, they can decide out here, get her off the serving spot.
Again, Burns serving from the left side back there for West Valley. Leading it by 2, 12-10. Back line it goes. Eastmont talking to each other. Sackman on the kill. Was about 2 feet out of sorts on that one, and a good timeout going to be taken here. Good timely timeout by head coach Dana Pruitt. We'll take a 30-second break and come back. 13-10 West Valley on top here in game 2. You're watching volleyball tonight here on the NCW Life Channel. So here we come back as Eastmont gets a timeout after West Valley scored, I think 5 in a row here to lead it 13-10. Trying to break a little string here by Addison Burns on the service against Eastmont. Back line it goes.
Nice pass, put it away.
Pass, and there we go with a point. Maddie Sackman gets the feed from Stanaway. Good play that time for Eastmont. Take those timeouts like that, Coach. What do you try to pass to your kids in 30 seconds?
Trying to stop the momentum. You're just trying to everybody kind of do a little reset mentally and get back after it.
Volschel with a great serve for Wenatchee. Remsburg again with that backward set. Eastmont keeps it alive. They got to get it over. Nice job again for Rebecca Hall. Now at the line. Block.
That's
good reaction
interesting
by Sackman. Now near side. Back line it comes. Eastmont rotates around. They got to get it over. They do. Jones on this bump. Now it's Smith. Over it goes. What a volley. Back line in. Oh.
That's where you want it, that back corner.
Wow. 14-11.
I can't say I've seen that very often where a girl gets blocked and bounces off her shoulder and goes back across the net again. So does she get a kill if it falls?
Yeah. Shows you how hard the ball's coming at you to begin with. What a service there for West Valley. Eastmont almost let that one drop, but a nice little dink shot at the line by Mendez. Now miss hits by Burns. Again, you don't see those errors too often.
Nope.
But Eastmont, see if they can take advantage here. Substitution for the Wildcats. Carmen Lang comes back in the front line, trailing it by 2, 14-12. And it's Shane Stanaway on the service. Back line it goes to the libero Heinley. Now front line to Smith. Nice block by Sackman and Mendez. Now Burns, 2 in a row.
Oh, that's uncharacteristic of her after watching her last week.
Absolutely. Absolutely. She was one of, I think, just a big spark plug for West Valley in that game against Wenatchee. What a serve again for Eastmont. Now the block, and we were talking during the commercial break. Where did Shea Rubright go? Hello.
Yeah, it helps when you're blocking. You don't want to block the setter on that ball because guess what happens? There's Shea, 6'5", and putting it straight down.
15-13, West Valley by 2, and here's their tough service expert, Mary Teskey, with the ball.
Uh-oh.
Ouch, boy, lucky there for Eastmont as the return by Voschel went over the net, and West Valley serves, puts it back out of bounds. Now Sackman, jump serve, back line it goes to the front. Remsburg set, up to Smith. Back line again, Sackman, now front, here comes Hall. And we're gonna get in the line, in the net.
No block.
No block.
4 touches.
Okay. So a point to West Valley, 16-14 here for the Rams. Again on the service, it's Alyssa Smith, excuse me. Smith. Oh, nice job by Eastmont's Colby Voschel. Let that one go.
Here comes Vaughn. He's here to get hot.
Britt Vaughn back in the lineup in the front line here for Eastmont. A little conversation back there between Hall and Stanaway. Meanwhile, it's Mendez on the serve. Eastmont trails it by 1, 16-15.
Get in.
A little deep. It's out. Boy, missed by much. But a good eye for West Valley by Avery Heinley back there.
Sarah has to go to school with all those boys that are booing at her up there.
Shea Rubright now on the service. West Valley by 2. Close one here in game 2. Back line, nice job. Stanaway with the set. Now a little
That's what they need.
fake jump, and Rebecca Hall kind of got the attention, but it was Britt Vaughn with the kill.
That's what they need, Britt, to get hot.
Substitution here for Eastmont as Alex Bassett comes in to replace Carmen Lang. Bassett will have the service, trailing by 1. Back line out of Remsburg. Now Burns. Burns finally gets one over. Now near side it comes, and here's a touch. Nice idea by Eastmont. Another block at the net, but it goes. Oh, I thought it was out, but it's in. Wow.
Yeah, especially when the girl turns around and kind of gives you the, oh, darn it, went off me. Oh, I'll take the point.
So again, service for Eastmont, tied at 17. Remsburg running for the set, and a nice block of the net. Eastmont's got to dig for it. They do. Now the set up front. Vaughn out of bounds. Hit the antenna, and that's out.
All right.
Britt Vaughn, the spark off the bench for Eastmont. Timeout, West Valley. We'll take a 30-second break and come back. 18-17, Eastmont by 1. We're back after this on the NCW Life Channel. Welcome back once again to Eastmont. Our broadcast today brought to you by Walkabout Grill in Wenatchee and Leavenworth. Take a walk on the wild side. And Eastmont walking that wild side right now, leading at 18-17. Service. Remsburg set, and the kill at the net by Jones. Oh my. Hey, during that break, you were trying to find out what was going on with one of the Eastmont starters that's not in there tonight.
Well, Emma Dama is one of them in the center for him last year and this year, and she's got a bum knee right now apparently. But tell you what, Shane Stanaway has come in and done a fabulous job to fill in for her.
There's Stanaway on the set, and the kill by Hall.
She is leading them quite well. Great job, senior.
19-18, Eastmont by 1, and Hall with the service. Back line, Burns, now to Jones. Jones cross court again. Boy, she is finding that spot and hitting that spot. Point to West Valley, tied up at 19.
All right, here's where they need a point. Need to side out.
Substitution as Smith comes back in, and it's Burns on the service for West Valley. Jump serve near side, tough run. Eastmont. Vaughn, hit the speaker. A little bit too.
Not sure that would have stayed in anyway.
I think that would have splashed down on the river somewhere. 2019. And it was the last game that we saw Burns make a big difference while she was serving for West Valley.
Yep.
Need to break a string here, does Eastmont. All right, they get it over and keep it alive. Remsburg on the set. Jones on the touch. Well, they were expecting her to try to go to the right side again, but this time just a little dink hit the net.
Well, she has got the entire package. She can bring it, she can tip it, she can put it wherever she wants.
And just a junior for West Valley.
Oof.
Only 2 seniors on their entire team, and they don't hardly play.
Nope.
Here comes Vaughn again. Goes back row on this one. Now Smith at the net. Nice save by Eastmont. Keeps it alive. Now to Sackman. Back line. Remsburg back sets and deep, but in. Good hit at the net by Mary Teskey. Everybody's contributing here for West Valley, and a timeout going to be taken by Eastmont, and we will take a 30-second break again and come back. 22-19 West Valley on top. We're in game 2 after the Rams took game 1. We're back after this on the NCW Life Channel. (22-19) West Valley on top. Service by Addison Burns for the Rams, leading it by 3. Oh, man, that was just such a tough serve. Had just a little bit of over-the-top roll, and it just died as it came across the net.
Lots of velocity, a little bit of drop on it, too.
Not much that Voschel could do with that one. Burns again on the service here. It's West Valley, 2 points from winning game 2. Lee, it was deep, but they bring it back to Voschel. Now Voschel gets it over. Barely. Remsburg on the set. Now left side it goes. Off the net. Needs some help. They're going to call a lift on Vaughn. And a point to West Valley.
Tell you what, that's the tough part about Burns right now. She put that little top spin on it. Next one she comes back to that float serve that kind of jumps up at you. You don't know what to do. So
Burns for game points. Back line. Voschel gets it. Scramble here for Eastmont. In! Whoa! Sackman was just trying to save the bacon for the next day, and she does.
We call that a pass kill.
24-20.
Not pretty.
Eastmont still alive here in game 2. Voschel on the service.
Nice serve.
In. Remsburg. Back line. And just kind of a miss hit. On the back line for Eastmont gives the easy almost set, if you will, for West Valley. And they win it 25-20. So 2 games in a row to the Rams. We'll see what Eastmont has for the answer. We'll take another 60-second break and come back. But first, let me remind you that our broadcast is brought to you by Collins Fashions in downtown Wenatchee. Real clothes for real women. Town Chrysler Jeep Dodge, your Town Chrysler family store where people get nice surprises. And Town Nissan, your local East Wenatchee Nissan dealer where honesty and transparency come first. A 60-second break and we're back with game 3 coming up. First 2 go to West Valley. You're watching volleyball tonight here on the NCW Life Channel. So here we go, answer time for Eastmont after dropping the first 2 to West Valley, 25-18 and 25-20. It has not been a wipeout by any stretch of the imagination. Eastmont's been to the task here. We saw West Valley against Wenatchee, where the Panthers looked like they were about ready to just go El Foldo, but then they came back, got a little run going in the third, won the fourth, and put it to a 5th and determining set. Her game. West Valley came out on top.
Well, that's what we're hoping for here is they kind of let down a little bit and didn't get back into it. Well, Eastmont's playing well. They're playing solid. Just West Valley is just darn good.
Heinley on the service here to start it off. Stand away up front to Mendoza. Oh, nice job.
Wow.
Did they get it over? They do.
Wow,
Smith
Remsburg
keeps it alive. Now a tap to the back line. Remsburg with the set. Roof right.
Oh, great save.
Now Eastmont, get out of the way. They do. Remsburg up front. Here's the kill attempt. Eastmont up to the task here. Good volley. Sackman with the kill and the point to Eastmont. Well, that was quite a volley, Coach.
That was a great volley. Tell you what, they stuck it right in there. It was kind of fun to watch Shane trying to, like a bomb when I was trying to figure out where the ball's coming from.
Service here for Standaway.
Ooh, nice
barely over the net. Remsburg set and a little touch by Smith. And again, they're finding that hole over there in the front corner of the Eastmont defense.
Yep, you get a few blocks and you start thinking they're going to come back at it, but if they can put that ball where they want it, very
Teskey
difficult.
on the service. At the line it comes, and setting it right back up for Smith on the kill, and a point to West Valley. That's tough when those services are so difficult to return, and then you just set it right up for them on it goes over the net. Again, nice job by Volschel to get down on that one. Touched at the net. West Valley rotates, and it's out.
Oh.
See, to me, that looked in.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Normally you have officials, but unfortunately you have to put a girl down up there, one of their players of the Eastmont schools.
Oh,
students.
they did say it was in.
Yeah.
They did say it was in.
Yeah, the referee, R1 Mark overruled her.
Okay.
Good call. That needs to be done when that happens.
Mary Teskey on the service. Tough serve. Volschel up front it goes. Now Remsburg, Rue Bright, and that one's out. No, Mark Colander's going to overrule again and say it was in. Wow. Dana's over there trying to help.
Yeah.
Their back line back there. Volschel, Sackman. Volschel gets it over.
A little dump.
Burns, Remsburg near side. Smith with the dink,
oh.
and nice. A sprawl out there by Stanaway, and she just happened to have the ball come right to her.
She had it, and then the other girl touched it. Carmen.
Smith on the service again, and this one is out.
Mark's got that smile on his face like, you got that one.
Yeah.
You're 1 for 3.
Yes.
Oh, Sarah's a great kid.
5-2, West Valley on top. Service by Sackman. Back lined up to Remsburg. Remsburg goes back to Smith. And Eastmont scrambling. And nice job up front by Carmen Lang to get it over. Back line it goes to Sackman. Now to Carmen, over to Hall. Near side it comes. And boy, right hand, left side. She keeps it left side, does Alyssa Smith. And a point to West Valley.
Well, I tell you, Mary Teskey has sure been covering that spot very well.
Riley Jennings will make her first appearance here for West Valley on the service, leading at 6-2. Here in game 3, going for the sweep.
One of your 2 seniors for West Valley.
Back line now up front, and a block at the net again. Remsburg, the much diminutive compared to the 6'5" Rubright, but they combine. It's all about timing, isn't it, when you try to jump like that?
Absolutely.
7-2, we're going to get a timeout taken by Eastmont. We'll keep it right here and just remind you that we don't want to see them, but if there is an injury, then our injury timeout is brought to you by Confluence Health, Wenatchee's premier treatment center for all your sports-related injuries. Our broadcast brought to you in part by First Choice Collision Center, Heritage Memorial Chapel, and Wenatchee Racket and Athletic Club. Along with Cleat Wise, I'm Eric Granstrom. So you were telling me that your club volleyball for the Wenatchee Valley Volleyball Club is after this school ball, right?
Yeah, we get started primarily right after the last state championship match. It goes, and then we just kind of have a tryout for all the age groups, and we sort them into teams after that. We play pretty much from Thanksgiving until spring break.
So Wenatchee Valley Club Volleyball, how young do they start?
Well, you know, the age groups that they have for the USA Volleyball start at 10, but we primarily have the 12, 14, and we have 15, 16s, and 18s. But, you know, I've had girls that started at 8 years old. One of those is Katrina Tribal, who's playing a senior at Western Washington University. She started when she was 8.
How about that?
There she is.
Jennings again on the service here for West Valley, and another block at the net for Rubright. We saw that with Wenatchee, where she actually illegally was over the net making some of those blocks on a second shot, but that on the kill attempt, not much of a chance there.
That's what you teach them, penetrate the net on that kill attack.
Jennings with the service again for West Valley, and that's a tough one there for Eastmont. That's going to be a point for the Rams. And touching it on the front line was Carmen Lang, and that kind of just puts you out of sorts right from the get-go.
Yeah, you got to find a little rhythm here. They're slowly slipping away. They got to find something here.
9-2, West Valley on top. Again, Jennings on the serve. Nice serve. Near side it comes.
Alondra.
And a nice shot by Mendez. It is touched.
Well, they needed that badly.
Boy, break a little long run here for West Valley.
All right.
And here comes the spark plug off the bench, Britt Vaughn. Meanwhile, that'll be a service for Alondra Mendez. Mendez service low.
That doesn't help when you're trying to get 7 back.
Yep. I could see where she was going with it. I saw her eyeballs looking here near side, looking for that hole, but now Rubright on the service. West Valley up 10-3. Little dink serve, couldn't quite get it over. Substitution for the Rams as Avery Heinley comes back in. Also for Eastmont, Carmen Lang takes a seat as Alex Bassett comes in. Service. Oh, nice by Remsburg, got it over. Now, and there you go, Britt Vaughn off the bench, and right away contributes with a point.
That's what you need, something to get them going, something to spark them.
10-5, West Valley by 5. Again, Bassett on the service. Oh, it gets it over. Somehow Remsburg keeps it alive. Now to Burns. Back line, it goes to Bassett. Crosses over. Back line. Too deep. Point to Eastmont. And thank you, Heinley, because that would have been out.
Yep, coach over here is saying the same thing. Out.
Your competitive spirit, though, and you want to try to get them all. 10-6. Little run here for Eastmont. Bassett on the service. Deep, but they touch it. Yes. It spins out of control. Point. That would have been in.
It would have been in.
Yep.
You got to play, just didn't get a very strong hand on it.
So Eastmont, nice little run here. Closes the gap to 3. 10-7. Again, Bassett on the service to Jennings. To Remsburg to Jones. And Jones in again from the left side, cross court, and somehow is able to get that ball to stay in.
I don't think she's going to hit too many line shots. I'd start playing her in that spot.
Yeah, exactly. So here comes the service by Remsburg, up 11-7 for West Valley. It goes over. Burns to Remsburg, back to Burns. Nice job by Eastmont to return it. Now a little dink over by Voschel. A little touch by Jones.
Nice pancake.
And they got it. Across and in!
No.
I think West Valley was so surprised that Eastmont got that ball.
Wow, Colby with the pancake.
Holy cow. Voschel just absolutely somehow got her hand between the floor and the ball. Jump serve for Rebecca Hall. Back line to Remsburg, now to Burns, and it's in. Voschel had that look on her face like, it's a tweener. Substitution as Alyssa Smith comes back in for West Valley, and Burns will now have the service, leading it 12-8. Burns serve tough. Nice job by Eastmont as Voschel goes down and gets it. Now Sackman brings it across. Remsburg on the set, little touch. Nice job by Eastmont to find that hole there, and a kill by Britt Vaughn.
Oh, Britt Vaughn bringing it tonight. That's what they need, and she's excited. They get that energy, get them going.
Substitution as Alondra Mendez comes back in, and Voschel will drift back and service here, trailing by 3. Just as you get that momentum. And an unforced error on the service.
I'll tell you what, that's the great thing about volleyball. Is remember it was 92 not long ago?
Yeah.
Now it's a ball game.
Yeah. Service for Heinley. Eastmont. Nice touch by, I think it was Sackman at the line. Now line, back door it goes. And now over, that's a tough one there. A little bit too strong on the set for Sackman to try to get it before it was outside the antenna over there. And it's a 14-9 contest, West Valley on top.
Here we go, girls, make a pass.
Heinley, service, back line, Hall, Sackman, block, Rubright. And you hear the roobs coming from behind us by the JV&C squad.
That's the roof call. She puts the roof on.
Boy, she does. 15-9 the score. Again, Heinley on the service. Back line, nice job by Rebecca Hall. Over across it goes, Mendez. Nice. Little soft, it just skimmed off the fingertip of Rubright and finds a hole.
Alondra had that look of, did I just do that? Wasn't pretty, but I'll take it, she says.
Service, Stanaway, out of Remsburg. Oh my goodness. Stanaway was coming back after the serve and suddenly found that ball off of Rubright coming right at her.
What do you do with that? 16-10.
One of those in-betweens. Do I play with my arms or off my hands?
Yeah, right. Service. Teskey on the serve. Front line it goes, and Sackman tried a little touch on the run.
Side out here, need it badly.
17-10, West Valley. Teskey, service.
Nice serve.
Deep to long. Crossover, and a nice kill at the net for Carmen Lang.
West Valley wanted a double there. I can't say I disagree with them. But that's one thing about volleyball. They changed this year, and actually last year, is they're letting them play. They don't call as many ball handling errors.
That's nice. Just keep the game going.
It does do that.
Rubright, and out.
Mark agrees.
Wow. I think afterwards they're going to have to fix the floorboards over there for where that ball just hit. Goodness. Sackman service. Nice little soft serve. Got the DQ going here. Nice job by Eastmont to keep it alive. It'll touch at the net by Lang. Now Burns, too deep.
All right. That's definitely not one that Dana practices. Setting the left hand. Yeah. I don't know what I'm going to do. Sometimes you just have to react.
Right, 17-13. Oh, Sackman too deep on that one.
Well, that's been tough on him. She's had a few too many service errors.
Yeah.
That hasn't helped them.
Another substitution for West Valley. Their senior Riley Jennings comes in on the service. She did a great job earlier in this game on the service. 18-13, West Valley by 5. Service by Jennings. Deep. Voschel. Up front by Hall, near side, and Eastmont to the task here. Sackman gets it over. Remsburg sets it near side. Burns was kind of out of sorts. Eastmont out of sorts as well, but they keep it alive. And now the block, and the point for the Wildcats, Rebecca Hall.
Well, Rebecca's got to be licking her chops on the 5-foot right side over there's blocking her. Keep everything to her left.
Substitution for the Wildcats. We'll see Brighton Ream come in for the first time on the service. And a good serve. Remsburg up front. Burns right into the net it goes. About 3 or 4 of those unforced for her tonight. 18-15. How about this? Junior Brighton Ream on the service. And it's in again. Remsburg backside on the set, and a little dink by Rubright. And again, an attempt from the back line was Ream going all the way over there. Ream comes out and gets high fives from all of her teammates. And she's replaced in the lineup by Voschel.
It's just not fair.
It's not fair. Complete package. And of course, she gets the kill and then also gets the service. 19-15 to score. It'll touch at the net. Back and forth it goes Jones. I think Eastmont was under the net. They didn't get it. Now Remsburg over to Jones, and she says it's out.
And that was right in front of Mark. He agrees with her.
How close. Close.
Here comes Alex to serve.
So Bassett comes in for Eastmont to replace Carmen Lang. Good quality minutes there for Lang there.
Yes.
In that go around. Eastmont trail it by 3, hanging right in there. Bassett on the serve. Backline it goes to Burns. Up front, here's Jones on the kill. Eastmont right there. Nice job by Voschel. Got to get it over. They do. Now the set by Remsburg. Jones trying to get around, and she does this time. Gets it through the block attempt by Rebecca Hall.
Runs the slide. That's a really tough ball to play. You know, they're on the move, and it's pretty tough to block that. That's a tough play.
And Remsburg, after a beautiful set, will now service for West Valley, leading at 20-16. They go backwards on this one, and it's deep, and that's tough from that back line back there for Voschel. Out of bounds it goes. 21-16. Again, Remsburg feeling it here for West Valley. Nice job of deadening that one. Nice job by Vaughn at the line. Now Jones with a kill attempt and nearly bumping heads. As Sackman goes down along with Bassett, we're going to get a timeout taken by Eastmont. 22-16 our score. We'll take a break and come back with Eastmont Volleyball here tonight on the NCW Life Channel. 22-16 in Game 3. West Valley by 6. We're back after this. So Sydney Remsburg on the service here for West Valley, leading at 22-16 over Eastmont in game 3 after the Rams won the first 2 games. Back line it goes, tough by Volschel. They gotta get it over here, a long way to go. Facing away from the net. Not a high percentage shot. Again, Remsburg on the run here on the service for West Valley. 2 points from wrapping this one up. Jump serve, Volschel. Up front it comes. Britt Vaughn in! Well, she certainly has been an MVP here for Eastmont in this game, that's for sure.
Player of the match for sure. She's got to have at least a dozen kills for him tonight.
Rebecca Hall on the service, trying to keep Eastmont alive, trailing at 23-17. Burns, back line, Eastmont, nice job by Hall. Now nice. Sackman. Remsburg, backside it goes to Tetsky. Eastmont, good job by Volschel back there. Sackman to the back line. Remsburg, Jones, and it's out.
Well, she hits that ball to the right side every time. Last time Colby was right there for her.
It's one of the few times she's missed on that
yes.
shot. So Rebecca Hall on the service. Jennings. Now near side to Burns. Back line it goes. Nice job by Hall back there. Now the kill attempt. Eastmont keeps it alive. They got to get it over on this hit. They do. Nice job by Eastmont to counter that one. Now a hit again and a block and a point to the Wildcats.
Rufio.
Goodness. Stanaway and Vaughn. And I know you got your rotation where you take Vaughn out, but I kind of go with a hot hand. You got the hot roller out there.
Well, when she's definitely there in the front row. In the back row, you got those girls that can pass, and that's what you got to have. She's a good passer, but I think she's got somebody that's a little bit better than her. We're
going to keep it right here. Our broadcast on the NCW Life Channel brought to you by Town Chrysler Jeep Dodge, your Town Chrysler family store, where people get nice surprises. And Walkabout Grill in Wenatchee and Leavenworth. Take a walk on the wild side. Coming up later on, we've got Sunnyside and Wenatchee football tonight at 7 o'clock here on the NCW Life Channel. Then tomorrow, a full slate with volleyball, Wenatchee and Eastmont at noon. They'll be followed by West Valley and Wenatchee volleyball at 2 o'clock. Sunnyside and Eastmont soccer at 5, and then Southridge Wenatchee football at 7. That's all coming up tomorrow on the NCW Life Channel. Service for Eastmont. Jones with a powerful hit, but Eastmont counters. And now they get it over. Back line. Now to Remsburg. Jones again. This time they do get the point. I thought maybe Alex Bassett was diving down, got her hand under that ball, Coach.
Apparently he didn't think that was the pancake.
Wow.
Oh, Alex thought it was there. He got that look at her for a second. What?
24-19, here we go. Burns for the contest. Back line. Up front, Vaughn. Nice job by Remsburg. Now getting it over. No, Burns again, unforced error with that shot into the nets.
All right.
Doctor, there's still a heartbeat.
Yes, there is.
Substitution here for Eastmont. Brighton Ream comes in, but then she comes right back out again. As Alondra Mendez. And now Volschel on the service. Next point for West Valley wins it. Jones, back line. Eastmont's got to get it over. They do it to the back line. Nice job by Burns. Remsburg. Now a tap by Smith. They keep it alive. Got to get it over. They do. Back line.
Sackman.
Now Sackman.
Oh, touch.
It touch.
Touch.
Yep. Yes. Point to Eastmont.
That'll help.
Wildcats somehow staying alive. 24-21.
Keep it going, Colby.
Colby Volschel on the service.
Love the fight in these girls right now.
Yes. Front line, Remsburg. Teskey, ball down. They get it over. Eastmont. Now it goes to the back line. Nice idea there. Remsburg back service. Teskey, point! And a game and the match. 25-21. You got to hand it to Eastmont. They didn't fold their tents and go home. They defended well in that third game.
9-2. That was only 10 minutes ago. 9-2. Now we're at 25-21.
How about that?
Gotta love that fight in the girls. It's easy to give up in that third set when you're down that badly, but great job of the Wildcats to come back.
So another one in a row for West Valley in Big Nine play, as they've now won 26 consecutive matches as they down Eastmont in 3, 25-18, 20 and 21. We will take a 2-minute break and come back and wrap this one up for you, and tell you what else we have coming up here as well on the NCW Life Channel. Again, our final in the final game, 25-21, West Valley on top. We're back after this 2-minute timeout.
Well, the Eastmont Wildcats defeated here at home tonight by the West Valley Rams in 3 games, 25-18, 20 and 21. But if you're Coach Dana Pruitt and the rest of the Eastmont kids, you got to feel even pretty good about how things went, even though you were swept tonight.
Absolutely, especially having one of your setters out. You know, that's a tough thing to come back from. Tell you what, Stanaway did a great job of coming in, filling in there. You know, they played with them. They got down a little bit in that last set, but came back. That's got to look good for them. Got to be something they can look forward to.
As a coach, Cleet, do you like to have these tough tests early in the season as kind of a litmus test for your team?
Absolutely. You know, they got to be able to come out and play, and play the best and see how you can do. If they're either going to fold or they're going to come out and be able to play for the rest of the season that way. So that's a great job by them to come back.
Well, it's been fun to have you on the broadcast here this evening, and we hope to maybe bring you back again, Cleet.
Hopefully Leanne will be here for the rest of the season.
Well, we'll see about that. I don't know. We may have just fired her. We'll see. But for Cleet Wise and for Dan Coots, our producer, engineer, and cameraman, I'm Eric Grandstrom. Again, it was West Valley in 3 over Eastmont here, 25-18, 20, and 21. Have a good night, everybody.
Thanks for watching Wenatchee Panther Volleyball on the NCW Life Channel. Today's broadcast has been presented by Town Chrysler Jeep Dodge, Town Nissan, Collins Fashions, and the Walkabout Grill in Wenatchee and Leavenworth. Bringing local sports to you, we are the NCW Life Channel. Thanks for watching.